So, hello and welcome. My name's Steve Nobel, and today I'm speaking with Nora Yolles Young on reclaiming your bioenergetic multidimensional vehicle. Wow. So, Nora is a hypnotherapist, consciousness coach. She has her own YouTube channel called The Experience, where leaders in thought share their perspectives on our evolving times. You can check her website out at norayollesyoung.com. There'll be a link with this podcast. You can also find her on Facebook and Instagram. Nora, hey.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
Good to see ya. Thanks for having me.
We've had this juicy conversation before that already we're blowing our minds and our circuits already. So I had to stop it and say, let's record it. Let's go into this. So, Nora, let me ask you as a kickoff, what's going on the planet in terms of ascension, multidimensionality, people awakening? What's happening?
So the good news is we've ascended, and there might be people out there who are like, "How could you say that? There haven't been, huge explosions of light and color." Well, it's been happening on a more subtle level, and I just want to encourage everybody who's out there to just trust and know that it's happened. So what does that mean if it happened?
Yeah.
If it's happened?
Yeah. What does it mean if we're awakened and we're ascended?
Well, I started to realize that this was happening primarily because with my girlfriends and my friends that are spiritually oriented, shall I say, there's just a frequency of connection that is so instantaneous, more telepathy. My clients coming in are self-reporting as empathic. And so a lot of the I started to just change how I was seeing it. So people coming in to get my support as a practitioner, as a hypnotherapist and consciousness coach, people are having these experiences where they've had transformative spiritual experiences. And I realize it's not that they're moving in the direction of an awakening. They are actually reverse engineering from this download that has actually happened to them. So it's accessible now. There's no have to lead in a linear direction towards. It is here, and what we are learning how to do is to work with this new apparatus, accessing our bioenergetic vehicle, if you will, which is also very alchemical in nature. And utilize it for our benefit. And so we as humanity already know the amazing things that our bodies can do. I mean, we're finding through quantum physics, through epigenetic studies. Bruce Lipton is a really great resource for this. And also the work that I do with past life regressions and life between lives and other spiritual work, or just working with our consciousness. Our consciousness is a quantum vehicle. And so what we know about quantum mechanics is the observer creates the outcome. And so our consciousness is how we create our reality. So a decision that we make through thought, emotion, preferences that we have, dreams of, daydreaming, conversations that we have with others, we are impacting how our reality is playing out. And so what that means is it's already happened. It's already working on our behalf. We're just becoming more able to access it more quickly. And that is really what my work is all about, is helping people to do that in a way that is easy and not so mystically out there that it makes it hard. It's within all of our grasp now.
Yeah. We talked earlier about having this kind of Toyota and being kind of upgraded to a Tesla, or realizing that we can just shift into this other kind of apparatus, this other vehicle, which is a great metaphor for the bioenergetic multidimensional vehicle, going from not that a Toyota's a bad vehicle, but a Tesla, this upgrade,
You just know it drives itself.
Yeah. Can you say something about the shift that your clients or you've had from shifting from, let's say, the Toyota to the Tesla? What is that shift like? What happens? What comes online when that shift happens?
Really anything that we want. So colors become less of just an identifying, so I'm looking outside and I can see green. Well, you can also feel color now. You can taste color if you want. You can use it, or you can equate it with a sound vibration as well. Each vibration that we can perceive, we can imbue it and connect with its greater vibrational attributes. So this allows us to become the Tesla driver. So going with that metaphor, so if you're driving, we're all in 3D, we're driving our Toyota. We're just driving it. It's a manual Toyota, by the way, like shifting gears, clicking the turn signal. But what we don't realize is in that same garage, in that same carport that we have, in the place of our Toyota is our Tesla. Our Tesla that we can just sort of click on it gently and it will make a turn into the next lane when there's an opening. We can, with intention setting, we can do that same thing. We can lay out the maneuverability of our own strategy in our life. In the same way that we would envision a strategy of a video game or anything that we want to, how do I say this? However you want your life to unfold, you can create an energetic strategy for that to play out. And of course, the beauty of our life is it's going to play out in conjunction with the energetics of the universe. So we get to decide exactly what we want in our reality and set the intention for it, and then allow our greater attributes to come into play, but we can utilize that and feel that to a greater degree. So, for example, to answer your question, I have a girlfriend who I was contemplating this more deeply with, and I said, if this has already happened, then we are telepathic right now. So I was talking to her on the phone, which is a little bit like a Toyota, right? And I said, well, I'm cooking right now. I'm going to smell something, and you're going to tell me what I'm smelling right now. And she goes, okay. And I had garlic. And I said, okay, I'm smelling it. And I smelled, and she goes, garlic. And she just nailed it. And so we can all get into the deliciousness of being in this ascended human experience and reveling in our human bodies. I mean, that's what it's really all about. It's like we get to have the connection of our spiritual attributes when we're in non-physical, but be in our physical body at the same time. That's more delicious than words could express.
Amazing. Well, I think you talked about telepathy. There's all this an intuition or just knowing. Some people are coming online with light language. There's downloads. There's perhaps new skills or experiences they get from somewhere. They just know. I don't know how I know this, but I know it, which taps in a little bit with your work on other lifetimes, past lifetimes. That for many, we are multidimensional. For many lifetimes, we've developed all these skills, abilities, experiences, and then we can, in this lifetime, access those, can't we?
We can. And so hypnotherapy is a really great tool to help people become more nimble with their subconscious attributes, because the subconscious mind, we're processing billions of bits, trillions, either billions or trillions of bits of data every second, where the conscious mind is processing just a small amount, like 40 bits of data per second, and our subconscious is really taking all of this in, and where our consciousness is filtering out just the small bits that we're focusing on, which means when we access our subconscious mind, that is soul mind, that is the mind beyond what we're interacting with daily. And so this work, this stage that we're in, is about melding and blending the attributes of the subconscious mind with the conscious mind, and working with the hypnotherapist is a great way to do this. Now, not all hypnotherapists are talking about consciousness in the way that I am, but people who are trained in transpersonal hypnotherapy and other spiritual type regressions like Brian Weiss, Dolores Cannon with HHT, and also Michael Newton, who does Life Between Lives hypnotherapy. You'll know when you're looking for a hypnotherapist to help you with expanding your consciousness. You'll get a sense. Just trust your gut on that. But working with past lives, you've already lived these past lives. You've lived thousands and thousands of past lives. You've already been through it. So it's not like you have to relive it again. You get to go to those memories that your subconscious mind can access. Everything that's ever been thought is recorded within the collective. So we can access anything at any point. Belief is an issue. If you don't believe you can, you won't. But if you do believe that you can, you will. And you can release what isn't serving you. So you could go back to a past life like I have in the past, where I've had bad past lives where I wasn't like the coolest person, and I get to release some of the yucky stuff that I may have been holding on to, but I can bring back skill sets. I can bring back language. I can, bring back capabilities like musical capabilities. It's the potential is infinite. So It's a beautiful opportunity to play with.
Now, these are I guess I call them other lifetimes, because time is a bit of an illusion for us, really. And most people think of past lives, but in Ascension, it seems to me that the future is calling us. And a lot of these energies are coming from the future abilities, future possibilities. What do you think about that?
Well, it makes sense. If every second of every moment we are dropping into a new reality that we're creating in that moment, the possibilities for the thoughts that we're thinking now impacting who we are now into the future, if you just sort of project yourself, through time, it makes sense that there are an infinite number of timelines that are impacting the now moment that we're currently choosing. And that's kind of how I see it, that it can get a little heady, but I think the only thing that really matters is if you want to live a powerful, beautiful life filled with joy, you get to choose that every moment. And we're not going to part of being human is that we're going to have ups and downs on the road of life. But if the intention is to live a good quality life, it's all about how we choose to think about each moment. And there's momentum with each thought. And so the thoughts that you think and the thoughts that I think, and then we connect in this conversation, that has power. And then all of you who are paying attention to what we're talking about also potentiates momentum and energy, and these thought forms become their own reality in their own right. And so the potential for just like blissful, ecstatic life opportunities becomes more and more possible with that level of focus.
Amazing. Now, I'm quite into films myself, and the film that really struck me, which connects to what we're talking about, is The Matrix. And I love that film. Being offered the blue pill and the red pill, where the red pill is you go shooting off down the rabbit hole or out into the universe. And in that, they kind of really opened Neo up to this whole vast potential within him. And there was this idea of downloading, and it's one of the things that I've been doing, like just downloading. And I see a lot of kids doing this, kids doing A-levels, or in England we have A-levels, various exams, and they might be playing computer games or reading stuff, and they just download and pass their exams with like straight A's. It's quite amazing. And one of the things I
do that with my kids.
You do it with your kids?
I do it with my kids. So they're taking tests right now, and I just ask them before they go to bed, because that's a really great time for hypnotic suggestions and to open up the minds. What do you want to get on the grade? What's your desire level? And then connect with that in the quantum field. Connect with that energy. Connect with that version of yourself that has already achieved that.
Yeah.
And feel into that. Is there any, and I ask them if there's any resistance to it, and then they can work with releasing that resistance.
How are they doing with their studying? They're doing good?
Yes, they're getting straight A's and B's. I mean, my daughter, who's 11, she just realized I'm a good student, but I can be extraordinary, Mom, and I think I want that. And I'm like, cool.
We all want a mother like you.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, what about, one of the things I've done with clients, and I'm sure you do, is that they want something, a project, such as writing a book or building a business or something. And I guess you must do the same thing, connecting them to the the energy that's in the future timeline, that you just here it is now, bring it into the now and experience it now. Can you say something about that? Is this how you work also with clients?
Oh, sure. So we all have the version of ourselves that we dream of being, and we've energized that through thought and imagination. And so that being is in existence, and we get to connect with that one who's already achieved the things that we want to achieve. And so I bring in that version that is the one that has achieved whatever goal it is that they're aspiring to, and have a conference with that person. And we connect the chakras. We have eye gazing with that one. And we talk about the things that are perceived as roadblocks and how to move beyond them. There's no limit of who can come by, who could come visit and give guidance. Why not talk to the one who's already achieved it, right?
Yeah, I think on your website you should call yourself the Galactic Universal Hypnotherapist. I'm not sure how your corporate clients would deal with that, but...
Right, I have to language that appropriately.
Exactly. Well, Nora, I know you're going to do a little meditation to help people connect in what you're talking about, because I think I'm already feeling my energy kind of buzzing and raising from our conversation. We're kind of expanding out into this vast field of possibility. So I'm going to pass it over to you just to, lead our listeners into their bioenergetic and multidimensional vehicle.
Okay, awesome. So let's just, this is completely off the cuff. I'm pulling this together and being guided. So this is going to be something to relax into, and also something that can be played in the background, like when you're sleeping, when you're doing the dishes, something mundane, and it has reprogramming capabilities. So get comfy, everyone. Feel yourself in your body as you take a deep breath. Letting go of all of the distractions. Sinking into the sensation of your physical body. Reminding yourself of that body, pulling your energy away from the cerebral space above the neck. And just like a magnet, pulling the energy of your awareness into your toes, the balls of your feet, arches of your feet, heels, surface of the skin of your feet, feeling the sensation, vibration, pulsation, warmth, perhaps lack of sensation. Simply noticing what you notice, moving your attention to your lower legs, bone, muscle, tendon, nerves, blood vessels, frequency, skin, knees, cells, vibration of cells, collective vibration of cells, consciousness in each cell of your body, upper legs, all the levels, all the layers of your physical bioenergetic vehicle. Hips, pelvis, spine, organs, heart, solar plexus, heart, chest, solar plexus, breathing, expanding the portal of awareness, unifying the energy field of the solar plexus and the heart, in front and in back of your body. Simply spend a moment feeling the energetic communication, vibration. Simply acknowledging whatever it is you sense and know that it is all correct, all good. Throat, softening the throat, opening the throat, expanding up into the skull, and like a blossom of a flower opening to the third eye and crown chakra. All the way up the bioenergetic system, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, high heart, throat, third eye, crown, and the consciousness of your cells amplifies and radiates a golden vibration, vibrating at the perfect frequency to translate multidimensionally, vibrationally, communicating outward, expanding in a field of light, a golden bubble of shimmering light. Your bioenergetic vehicle, allowing yourself to release anything that is showing up in your field by just acknowledging that it's ready to go. Reclaiming anything from any time in your being's history, your soul history, or future, where you may have fragmented, lost, had disruptions of, or hidden energy that is a part of your whole bioenergetic being. Allow yourself to just bring it back into your field, wherever it was. Allowing the proper proportions to settle naturally in its due course. Breathing in the shift. Giving yourself permission to need and allow whatever it is that is needed in that shift. Taking a great big breath. And now I'd like for you to notice in your bioenergetic field anything that you've been holding on to that isn't yours. And allow yourself to imagine an energy or blobs of energy that are no longer yours to hold or carry, and allow yourself to give it back to whomever it is that it belongs to. Simply let them know that it is no longer yours to carry, letting them hand it back to whomever they received it from. They no longer have to carry it either. Sending it all back through the lineage, and when it's ready, into the light. And now your cells are going to set themselves to the amplitude and frequency that is optimal for where you are, right here and right now, allowing you to trust and know that from today forward, you will have the ability to calibrate your energetic field, your bioenergetic vehicle for the fulfillment of your goals in this lifetime. And each day it will become easier and easier, more and more joyful, satisfying, and delightful. And now re-embodying, tuning into your feet, tuning into your body, feeling your seat, and arriving fully enhanced, fully updated, and ready for prime time. Thank you.